Hello YouTube, it's me, Drained here, and today I am bringing a deck that I actually got from the last two sneak peeks I got from today and yesterday. So, before anything, and by the way, this deck is not legal until this coming Friday. But other than that, let's get started here. Most of it is proxied, but let's get started nonetheless. So first things first, we got 1, 2, 3 majespecter unicorn Kieran. Basically, this is a walking compulse. You can send a majespecter pendulum monster from your hand, from your field, back to your hand by attributing it. Yeah. But yeah, send them back to your hand. Sorry about that. And then you send one monster on your opponent's side of the field back to your hand. So it's basically a huge walking compulse. Then we got 1, 2, 3 majespecter cat. Basically, I don't have this card, though I was trying to trade for it today. Basically with this, you can summon it, and at the end phase you can search for any majespecter card that is in your deck, whether it's a spell, a trap, or a pendulum monster. So it's pretty damn helpful. It's basically a big searcher of the deck. Then we are running 1, 2 majespecter raccoon. Again, I am practicing this because I don't have the card. But with this, when it is summoned, you can search for any majespecter pendulum monster in your deck. Then we are running 1, 2, 3 majespecter fox QB. And with this, when it's summoned, you can basically search out a majespecter trap code. And like all the other majespecter codes, and I forgot to mention this, they cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So basically, you have to run over them or negate their effects. Next up, we got 1, 2, 3 majespecter Crow Yada. With this, basically, when summoned, you can search out any majespecter spell card. And like all the other majespecters, they basically cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So that is it for the monsters. Let us move on to the spells. We are running 1, 2, 3 majespecter Cyclone. But with this spell, you can basically tribute a majespecter card, target a monster on your opponent's side of the field, and destroy it. So it's nothing that special, but still, it is pretty damn good. Then we are running 1, 2, 3 Wavering Eyes. Since this is basically a pendulum deck, you can play it, sack your 2 pendulums, search out a pendulum, and deal 500 damage to your opponent. And if it's another pendulum deck, you can basically add another Wavering Eyes from your deck to your hand. So that is if it's another pendulum deck you're going against. Then we are running 1, 2 majespecter Storm. With this, you basically can tribute a wind spellcaster type monster like the other majespecter spell, and then target one monster your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck. So basically, again, it's like a compulse, but into the deck. Then we are running 1, 2 Majesty's Pegasus. This is basically the field spell of the majespecter deck. All majespecter monsters gain 300 attack and defense, and I contribute 1 wind spellcaster type monster, and special summon 1 level 4 or lower majespecter monster from your deck. But I can only use that effect once per turn, so that is that. Then we are running 1, 2 Dark Hole, because basically, like I said, majespecters cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. 1, 2 Psychic Blade. Basically with this, you pay up to 2,000 life points, and it can gain that much attack and defense. And it can only be activated once per turn, but I mean, life points multiples of 100 up to 2,000. But yeah, I mean, it can only be activated once per turn. Then we are running 1, 2 Upstart Goblin. Basically, again, this is a proxy card. And yeah, it's basically a test card. 1 Rageki, because again, they can't be destroyed or targeted by card effects. That is it for the spells. Let's move on to the traps. We are running 1, 2 majespecter Tempest. Basically with this, if a monster would be special summoned, or monster effect is activated, I can tribute 1 wind spellcaster type monster, negate the summon or activation of the effect, and if I do, destroy that card. Then we are running 1, 2 majespecter Tornado. I can tribute 1 wind spellcaster type monster, and banish one monster card on the field. And with this, I have 2 Grand Horn of Heaven. When a monster would be special summoned, I can negate the summon, destroy the monster, make my opponent draw a card, and end the main phase. Meaning if they have no monsters on the field, they go to main phase 2. And then I am running 2 Storming Mirror Force, because again, with this coming format, basically you'd want to be sending stuff back to the hand anyways, so. Then I'm running 1 Pendulum back. I might take this out, but I mean if I have 2 cards in my Pendulum Zones, target 2 monsters in your graveyard, each with a level between exclusive, the Pendulum Zones, Pendulum Scales, and add them to my hand basically. So that is the main deck. Now onto the extra deck. We have 1, 2, 3, Majespecter Paladin, the Ascending Draco Slayer. With this basically, at the end phase you can search for any Pendulum monster, and if you are running Draco Slayers in your majespecter deck, you can basically detach one and search one of those cards out. And then we are running 1, 2, number 101 Silent Honor Arc. And basically this is just to take your opponent's special summon monsters by detaching 2. And then we are running 1 Castel, the Sky Blaster Musketeer, just so we can send monsters that we don't want to deal with back into the deck. And that, my good friends, is my current version of the Majespecter deck. You might be wondering, where's the Archfiend Eccentric and the Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer? What I found by testing this deck, at least with against a couple decks anyways, I mean, yes, it helps speed up the deck, but I mean, it is not necessary for the deck. Again, though, I mean, it's a great deck, so please leave your likes, comments, and thoughts on what this deck is, and if you have any ideas on how I can make it better. And again, these are cards from the sneak peek, so they are not out as of yet. So I can't actually legally run this deck in a tournament, and I can't legally run it either way because it has proxies in it. So just remember that, and if you do somehow pick up these cards, don't just remember that they are not legal for tournament play until this coming Friday. Again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. See ya!